Google is buying that sky and it's going to rent it back to you. Call it that pleasure drone, just something you're flying for pleasure. You're going to have to pay to use the sky above you. Hey, how are you doing? It's Alan here now. I have news. I have really important news. Google is buying the sky. Look above you. Look above you. If you're inside, go to a window and look above you. See that sky? See all the sky above your head? Google is buying that sky and it's going to rent it back to you. That's what's happening. Now, what I mean is that Google Wing is the drone service for Google. Google Wing is their drone service. And Google Wing is operating in a number of areas. I don't know exactly where the areas are. I think it's Helsinki. I think it's part of New Zealand as well, and part of Australia. I could be wrong on that, but there's 3 or 4 areas Google Wing is operating. They're doing it completely free right now. And keep in mind that Google was originally free. Google was originally free, and now it's Google AdWords I'm talking about. Using the search engine was absolutely free. AdWords wasn't connected to it. Now AdWords is connected to it, and it is a huge part of Google's profits. I don't know what it is, 70-80%. It's a huge part of Google's profits. They make an absolute fortune out of it. Now, so Google is a company who's willing to invest, make no money out of a business for a long time. Because that's what they did with their search engine, with an eye to making profits later on. Now, there was a submission from Google Wing in New Zealand, and the submission was talking about, so they have drones that fly out. The drones are automated, they're not controlled, my understanding. Automated, not controlled. And there's going to be, now at the moment, drone delivery is not profitable, is my understanding. It's not profitable. My understanding is that Amazon have tried it. A lot of people have tried it and it's not profitable. Right now, it's not profitable. But we know that drone delivery, this isn't going to be this end of it. They're going to iterate until it is profitable. So at some stage there is going to be drone delivery. You can imagine. Now, Google Wing, my understanding is they deliver things like coffee and stuff like that right now for free, absolutely free. But they're interested in it for a reason. It's not out of the goodness of their heart that they do it for free. Now, they put in a submission because what is going to be needed is sky lanes. Now, there's lots of problems right now with drone delivery. One of the things is that large birds believe that the drones are taking up their, coming into their territory, and they're attacking the drones. There's videos on YouTube of birds coming down attacking these Google drones. But they're going to sort out all these issues in time. And there's going to be lanes for these drones. And Google has submission in for the lanes of drones, where they set up the lanes for all the drones, and you pay Google rent if you want to use these lanes. It's absolutely huge. It's absolutely huge, and this is only a tiny part of New Zealand they're suggesting it for. But if it works and it's profitable, it's going to go into every other country over time. And this could be bigger than AdWords for Google. Now, I'm sure they don't want people talking about it right now, but this could be bigger than AdWords from Google. They're buying the whole sky. They're going to own the whole sky. So if you want to use your pleasure drone, if you want to call it that, pleasure drone, just something you're flying for pleasure, you're going to have to pay to use the sky above you. You're going to have to pay to use the sky above you. Google have bought the sky, and you're going to have to pay rent to use the sky. And this could be absolutely huge when you see how the sky will be used in the future. And there will have to be some automated lanes, or air traffic control or whatever. They're going to have to make sure there's going to be a lot of drones in the future. They'll make them quieter. They'll make them more efficient, that they don't use as much power, whatever happens to be, that they can lift heavier quantities, whatever happens to be. But you do know that at one point it is going to be drones that's doing the last mile of delivery. Or maybe taking it directly from a warehouse. But Google have bought that whole sky. So when you look at the sky above you, look at the sky above you. It's currently being bought, or over the next 5 years will be bought, the whole sky. And you'll have to pay to use it. You'll have to pay rent to use it. Now, I only bring this up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to the point of the sky. That's their business. I only bring this up because there are invisible opportunities. There are so many invisible opportunities right now. I look at my kids and they want money to buy V-Bucks. Fortnite. They want money to buy skins on Fortnite. I'm looking at it, it's not a real thing. It's completely imaginary. Some programmer just made it up. Some programmer just made it up. It's not a real thing. But it's more real to them than me going down to Smith's toy stores and bringing them back something in a box. It's more real than them. More real to them than me bringing something back in a box. Unless it's a PlayStation. They just want the imaginary V-Bucks. It's not real. Bitcoin. It's not real. It's just something that was tied up in the head. Buying the sky. It's not real. It's not real, but it could become Google's biggest income. So there's so many unreal opportunities right now. And you need to be watching out for these. Because you are the next person who's going to come with this amazing idea that's going to buy the sky, or buy part of the internet, or become a landlord on the internet, whatever it happens to be. You need to be watching for these opportunities because they're everywhere now. And there's a huge negative vibe over the whole world right now because of what's going on. But we need to push that aside and look at these bringing all these incredible opportunities. You can sell fresh air right now. Fresh air, which is Google is buying fresh air and it's going to rent it back to you. It's been Alan here talking about Google buying the sky.